Hello, my crafty friends. Thank you so much for joining me again. I'm very excited because today I received the Deluxe Caboodle Club Kid of the Month. That is a total of all the kids of the month, 10 of them, all in one big chunky pile. And I'm very excited. So, this is the glimmer foil that come together with the kit. And I will usually start with the large die of the month or the small die of the month because they are usually my favorites. But this time I changed my mind. I decided to start with the stitching die of the month because sometimes I just leave it there and never use it. So this time I'm gonna use them all. So let's make some cards. I create various panels. I embossed various panels with the two um, embossing folder, the 3D and the 2D embossing folder of the month, that they are both really pretty. My favorite, of course, is the 3D as usual. But so I'm gonna use one of these panel, a 5x7 panel, just to start. And I'm not gonna stitch my big bee. I'm just gonna leave it like that because it's very pretty anyway. But I did something different. I made a bit more natural looking because I used the antler die to create little fitty hands, if you can call them like that, I'm not sure. And now I'm just gonna add a little bit of color to the wings. I choose the wrong color. I should have choose something a bit lighter, but I think in the end it worked out anyway. So decided my placement, and then on the image on the package it showed that the wings go under, but I decided to put them on the top because they are transparent so you can still see the bee, and cover when they go together with a little flower from this old kit that was strawberry patch or something like that. I don't remember. It's on sale at the moment, so I will list it below. And I think it's still on sale. I hope so. Anyway, I'm just gonna stamp my sentiment I'm gonna use, and because I'm gonna use the rest as well, I decide to print everything in one go. There was not enough space for this jar because I left it because I wasn't sure I was going to use it anyway, so I just printing everything and stamping everything else. So all the sentiment, the little bees, the flowers, that they are very, very pretty, and that's it. So I'm just gonna color them with the copy marker. So I'm gonna start stamping with the copy marker friendly ink, that is the Memento, and this a fog color. But then after that I will print it again with a more darker black. So I leave my stamps on my stamping tools, and I'm just gonna start to color. I will list below if you're interested the colors I use for my copy mark with the copy markers, but very loosely, not much of shading, simple coloring. I'm not great at coloring anyway, so I'm just gonna keep it simple. But I'm gonna use pastel colors because they are nice, and this I need spring. So it's gonna be a very springy card, the one I'm gonna make it. I know I'm doing another card at the moment, but meanwhile, why not? I just gonna color this. Now all my color is done, and you probably can't see it, so I will just list them below. But now that it's done, I can restamp again with much darker ink. So I'm using Versafine black, and as you can see, it's a lot darker. Now the sentiment didn't stamp particularly well, so I'm gonna try again. but I end up in the end just printing somewhere else, or print it again without all the flowers background. So I just clean it and take it off and see if it works better like that. And at this point I just ruin it because I pressed too much and then one side was too dark, so I did it again, this time just with a sentiment, because the image managed to stamp correctly. I think I need to re-ink my VersaFine. Yeah, there you go. But I'm not pressing that much at the moment because I don't want to risk to do it the same mistake again. So I'm just gonna leave it like that. Now I've got all my sentiment, all my images die cut. Two of the flowers, or three, a couple of the flowers you can't really. There's no die, coordinating die, so I have to fussy cut. That I don't mind. It's relaxing. The sentiment does have a die, so I just cut a circle around it, and now I'm just gonna glue everything together with a glossy accent. I'm gonna put the small wing first and then the bigger wings on top. I'm gonna put my little flower that's like a little daisy in the center there. I think it matched nicely. And on the image, there was a little die that I didn't know what it was for, and then I realized that was for them to add some accent to the wings. I wasn't sure I was gonna do it, but in the end I tried and I like it, so I left it there. So I just put in, I die cut, by the way, the body of the bee and these little flowers at the end of the wings in not foam, in like fabric. I don't remember what's the name of that now. Felt, there you go, in felt. I die cut them in felt, so it's got more of a fuzzy, soft look. You don't see much on the video, unfortunately, but hopefully you can pick it up more on the picture at the end of the video. I'm just gonna glue all those little flowers. I die cut it. The felt was attached to some double side tape. That's yeah, double side paper, so they are sticky. I'll be using this speckled yellow background, a panel die that I cut 7x5, and I'm gonna mat my emboss panel that I'm gonna foam mount the panel to my yellow background, and now I'm just gonna position my bumblebee with some foam tape at the back to my panel. Now I realized there was a bit of one of the holes showing up, and I didn't like the different on colors, so I decided to put an extra little bit of foam at the back, so it's all the same white color at the end that is sticking out, and I don't mind. I think it's cute. So I position my bumblebee there in a corner, and then I'm just gonna put a big a piece of foam tape behind my sentiment, so it's a bit more it's got some space to tack in my flowers just under there. So I'm just gonna cut them because they were a bit too long. I'm gonna place them all around my things, a bit more, not exactly all around, I didn't like it, so a bit more of one side to the other in a diagonal. And some of them I'm gonna glue, and some of them I'm gonna just I'm gonna put some foam square behind, just to give a bit more dimension. And the foliage, I'm just gonna tack it in as well under the sentiment. Now that everything is attached, just my last flower, I'm just gonna put a foam square behind and a little bit of glue just to give me wiggle room. That's it. Now I've got another flower that I'm gonna put it on my sentiment, and because I attach it on the wrong side, the the thing, so I'm just gonna take, this time I'm gonna use a little pearl, half pearl, and I'm gonna have one for the flower on top of the bee, the bumblebee as well. And that's it, just for a bit more shine. And I hope you can see it. It came out pretty, I think. Now I'm just gonna glue my panel to my card base, 5x7 card base, and now my card is done. Now for card number 2, I die cut a circle of white cardstock using Fluted Classic Circle from Spellbinders. They're very, very pretty. And I'm just gonna mat it on top of this. It was a circle of glitter cardstock, but I die cut the center because I didn't want to waste all of it, because just a little bit is gonna be seen. So create this ring and I glue them together. I'm using some foam, sticky foam, to attach to my embossed panel, and the whole thing's gonna attach to my card base. Now a big square foam for the sentiment, the circle where I'm gonna put my sentiment, and my little flowers. This one is a very simple card. It's gonna have just a couple of those pretty flowers with the sentiment and a little bee. I think it's cute. Let's keep it simple. So it literally took me a few minutes. So I'm just centering my circle die, and then I'm just gonna glue flat my flowers, because the circle is already at a lot of dimension. But I'm gonna pop up a little bit my sentiment and my bee. Just I'm gonna use a couple of this new my new purchase, this small foam square from Spellbinders, that they're actually fantastic, because they got not too much dimension, and the release paper, it's so easy to take off. I was like, oh my gosh, finally. I always fight. Now I'm just gonna put my sentiment on the side, my little bee, I'm gonna leave it on the bottom part of the side, and that's it. It's very simple. Now of course you need a bit of blingy, so I'm just gonna add a couple of essential gems. I'm gonna use the sparkly one. I'm gonna put 2 on the top and 1 on the bottom of the sentiment. I'm using my twinkle. Oh, I'm losing it. Sorry, my tweezers, there you go. And that's it. I don't think you need anything else, so I just leave it 3 of them. And the card is done. I found it simple, but quite cute. What do you think? And I'm gonna make another card, of course, because I've got so many die cut left over, some the pretty flowers. I need to use them. So I've got this beautiful pink panel, and to highlight the pretty flowers, I'm just gonna lightly pass white ink pad on top of it. I try to do very light because I started a bit heavy on the center, but luckily it's not gonna be seen because I went way too heavy. So I just try to go light on the rest. That's it, just to highlight them a bit, and they look very pretty. Now I'm gonna use a couple of dies that I had on my stash after cleaning with the toilet paper my surface. So those ones are some arch dies, and these 2 little dies, a scallop, a border, and this grass die that I don't know where they come from, I'm afraid, because they are quite old. I got it for a long time and there's no packaging anymore, sorry. But I'm sure everybody has got something similar in the stash. So I cut out the various pieces, because it's a short one, pieces of grass, and just gonna attach it together. Looks like 2 are enough to cover my own little balcony that I'm gonna create. So meanwhile, I want to do a bit of I want to give a bit of color to the little heart panel. So I create with a couple of cloud dies, cloud stencil, because I couldn't find my cloud stencil, so I just create a new one. I usually make my own stencil, and I'm gonna go very lightly at the beginning, and then darken up a little bit while I go into the top part. Just to give a bit of a cloudy sky color. So just the last passage, and then I'm just gonna go all over the top with the blue. I'm gonna soften up a bit because otherwise it's gonna be too stark, the contrast. And that's it, the background is done, very simple. Time to attach my little window, sky window, to my panel, and I'm gonna use some double-sided paper, sticky paper. This one's from Spellbinder. I wanted to try it and it worked great. It was on sale, of course. So I got quite a few things on sale, so I took advantage. And I'm just gonna attach it to my arch panel and then to my card base. The release paper take off really easily. I love that. Again. And I'm just gonna center it my panel in the card. Try to center it. There you go. Once I'm happy with that, I'm just gonna press down a bit more. And now I'm gonna build my little balcony. So with the flower pot balcony. So I'm just gonna put some double-sided tape on the back of it. I'm gonna add the 2 little pieces of my strip tape on the side, so I can tuck in my flowers in it. So I'm gonna create a little pocket. Here we go. this release paper is not as easy as the other one. And they're stripped, so I had to take off one by one. But once I got it, I'm just gonna press it down, and now I'm just gonna arrange my flowers on the balcony. So I'm just gonna start with the taller one. I'm just gonna put it in the center, and then I'm gonna glue the smaller ones on the side, and a couple of them I'm just gonna pop them up with a bit of foam tape on the back, or foam square. Just decide now where to put everything. They're very bright little flowers, so cute. There we go. Okay, that's glue. And this one again with a bit of glue. And I've got a tiny little daisy left. I'm just gonna put a little foam square behind that flower that is popping out. And I've got a couple of little daisy that I'm just gonna attach there on the front, trying to find the right place. And okay, I popped them up as well. So one there, and the other one in the center there. One last foam square over there. That's it, and the flowers are done. Very bright. Now I'm gonna pop up my sentiment and my two little bees as well. There we go, and one for that, two, and that's it. Look how easy the release paper go. Oh my gosh, I love this foam squares. I was stopped using it before because I couldn't stand the fact that they were so hard to remove the release paper. Anyway, I placed my sentiment and now my two little bees by the flowers. There you go. And that's it, I think. I'm just gonna attach it to my card base. No, never mind. I'm gonna put a couple of I think they're clear. Yes, they're clear alp pearl. They looks like a drop of water almost. I'm gonna put a couple here and there around my sentiment and by the flowers. One on top of the flower, maybe. Oh, it lost the sticky part, so I'm just gonna glue it there, and that's it. And my card is done. Just gonna attach it to my card base. Of course, it's gonna be a 5x7 card base. I should have cut a tiny border around to have a white border, but I forgot about it. Now it's too late. So it's just gonna be a completely card base. There is a little bit of leftover that I just gonna cut off with my scissors. A little bit of white cards hanging out, and that's it. And this time the card is done. So that's it for today, guys. Thank you so much again for sticking up with me till the end, and I will see you next time. Enjoy your weekend. Bye.